techniques to manage stakeholder engagement. After completing this topic, you should be able to distinguish between the tools and techniques that you can use to manage stakeholder engagement. Engaging stakeholders can be a challenge. Project managers need strong people skills to successfully understand requirements, manage relationships, and meet objectives. This requires being able to use a complex balance of personal and practical skills. There are 5 different tools and techniques that you can use for the managed stakeholder engagement process. Most times you will be using this in conjunction with each other rather than separately. The first is expert judgment, that of your own and by consulting with individuals or groups who have specialized training or knowledge in the politics and power structures relevant to your project, the environment and culture, both inside and outside the organization. Any analytical and assessment techniques for stakeholder engagement activities, communication method and strategies, and the characteristics of stakeholders, stakeholder groups, and any organizations directly involved in the project or previous projects that have an impact on the current one. It also helps to utilize expert judgment from those with expertise and requirements, vendor and change management. Meetings are another useful tool to use in this process. Meetings are great for decision-making, issue resolution, lessons learned in retrospectives, project kickoff, sprint planning, and status updates, which are all mechanisms for engaging stakeholders and ensuring that stakeholders are being engaged through the project. And ground rules are another technique that you will use to manage stakeholder engagement. Managing stakeholder engagement for your project can be a nuanced affair. We are essentially asking individuals and groups for something without any real authority to do so. It's not as simple as just handing out tasks for stakeholders to complete. So ground rules are great for setting expectations at the general level for all stakeholders. While you may not have control over stakeholder-specific performance or tasks, setting ground rules on expected behaviors from all stakeholders helps establish a common ground and promotes respect with and amongst the project management and all stakeholders involved in the project. The last 2 techniques that you could use for managing stakeholder engagement are communication skills and interpersonal and team skills. Communication skills include a variety of methods for gaining feedback from stakeholders and ensuring understanding. Typical methods are conversations, which can be formal or informal, discussion about issues, meetings, progress reports, and surveys. Management, cultural awareness, negotiation, observation, and conversation and political awareness also matters. These skills allow you to facilitate positive and forward-moving project experiences for stakeholders and while overcoming any roadblocks in the engagement with individual stakeholders.